Hi Cancer, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your general monthly tarot reading for the month of July 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you in this moment, of course, to like this video. Do leave me a comment about your individual situation. And don't you forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And when getting into your energy overall for the month, it's a very calm energy, right? With an overall hopeful feeling coming over me, but with a hint of sadness, just something to keep in mind. But when meditating as well, the overall message that I received for you, Cancer, was next level dreaming. Next level dreaming. So we're going to start by doing some shuffling, of course, so we can pull 6 tarot cards for the month. A simple 6-card spread, if you will, for our lovely Cancers for the month of July 2021. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see here. We got 2. What else do we have? Thank you, Spirit. And we are up to 3. So for the second half of July for our lovely Cancers. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And as I struggle, we have the second half. Alrighty. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. Interestingly enough, there will be an underlying focus on, throughout the month of July, on past Tower moments you've experienced. Why has the universe and Spirit put certain situations to rest? Why have I accepted certain endings so easily? Why have I let things sort of fall apart so that they can fall into place once again? Allowing yourself to realize that you have been doing a pretty good job of going with the flow and allowing certain changes to take place, even if at times it affects you in an emotional way that you're not proud of. And allowing yourself to realize that all of which is leading you towards the completion, the achievement of your individual dreams. And to remember that all of which is going to fall into place moving forward, and to keep that hopeful feeling and allow it to sort of take over and I want to say take over and take the place of that little bit of sadness that I was speaking upon. All right, so we're beginning the month in the spread with the 5 of Cups. I'm hearing, what's the point? It's to begin the month of July where you can't help but enter a bit of a mental funk, right? Focusing on what's gone, or simply finding it's difficult not to focus on these endings from the recent past. For a lot of you, they happened in June and May, and Spirit's saying, well, why focus on them, right? If you did such a great job, or you're doing such a great job of allowing these changes to take place, what's going to transpire at the beginning of July by focusing on the negatives, right? Or on what's gone. For some of you, it's physical. There are, for whatever reason, there's physical things that you've had to part ways with recently. But Spirit's saying, think about it. There are several cups that you still have full. You have a lot going for you and a lot to look forward to as you move forward, to sort of once again be one with that hopeful feeling that wants to creep back in and take over. And now I'm hearing, who's going to save me? There's a part of you that wants somebody to rush in and save you, or to tell you that everything's going to be all right. But for whatever reason, that person or those people don't come to be or come in and save you. And Spirit's saying you need to adjust your perspective. Now I'm seeing the Hangman in my mind's eye. I need to remember that everything's going to pan out and work out as you wish and hope for, but your perspective could hinder you and create a bit of a blockage if you allow it to. And we're moving on to the Judgment card. I'm here to allow for things to elevate. And as you do so, allow for yourself to elevate to new levels as you, what feels like, as you continue to dream. For a lot of you, getting back to dreaming. If you feel as if those dreams that you once were one with and actually believed in just sort of faded or fell to the wayside, it's the month of July where Spirit in the universe pushes you to believe in them once again, to remember that, to believe in such successes for yourself down the line, to believe in the completion of those dreams is how you elevate, how you take things to the next level, how you create magic in your life. It's also at this point in the month where your spiritual connection will feel very present. And I'm hearing dance if need be. It's at the middle of the first half of the month that you're pushed by Spirit to lighten things for yourself, to improve your mood if need be, to do something that's going to help you, shake up your mood. Allowing yourself to believe in all that can come to be and to sort of part ways with distant memories and what once was. Knowing that you have so much to look forward to as a Cancer, but again, there's no need to be one with certain old negative habits and create certain blockages that are so unnecessary. And I'm being drawn to this helmet that literally surrounds this individual's face in the imagery. And Spirit's saying there's part of you within this middle of the first half of the month that feels the need to protect yourself or guard yourself from those around you. Given your past experiences were not easy and were a bit rocky, the obstacles you've had to overcome, maybe encountering certain individuals who were proven to be so untrustworthy, and you gave them your trust, right? And so Spirit's saying, yeah, we get it, but at a certain point, you're going to have to put that guard down in order to trust those who enter your life moving forward. Of course, use your intuition, your judgment to your best advantage, but if you're too guarded, it's going to leave you in a very emotional state, and not allowing people in general is not going to benefit you moving forward. So as well as side by side with you sort of redeveloping that belief in your dreams once again, you're also being pushed by Spirit to sort of regain a little bit of trust in humanity in general as well. And we're moving on to the Four of Swords. And as you make your way to wrap up the first half of the month, I'm hearing rest, my beautiful soul, rest. And I'm getting goosebumps as I feel almost inclined to cry, excuse me, and getting a little bit choked up. And it's like you don't expect certain emotions to resurface at this point in the month as you feel so depleted or so overworked, feeling like there's a lot to move towards, but you can't help but think about the people who did you wrong in the past. And now I'm hearing set yourself up for success, right? To set yourself up for all the positives that you can look forward to. Doesn't mean you dwell and sit in the negatives and what you went through. You know what I mean? It's to learn from them, grow from them, which I feel like the majority of Cancers who are watching this already have, right? So to focus and dwell on these negatives will not help you at this point. And so Spirit's saying, take a step back. Again, adjust your perspective and rest as you wrap up the first half of the month. And allow yourself to remember that all you've been through, the negatives, the positives, the whirlwinds that life has thrown you through, has made you a stronger, more unique individual at the end of the day, right? And you came through it at, more powerful. And it's up to you to view it that way. Remembering that you have a choice as to who, the energies you surround yourself with moving forward, because it feels like it's at this point where there are certain choices you made in the recent past that you're not proud of, where a sort of bit of disappointment comes over me. But it feels as if a lot of that has to do with you, once again, trusting the wrong people. And Spirit saying, again, let down that guard moving forward and experience things a bit differently this time around. And I'm hearing dream in a different way, right? It's at this point where there may be a focus on your little dreams where messages and downloads come through from Spirit. So something to be aware of for some Cancers out there. But allowing yourself to move forward and dream in a more hopeful way than you have in the past, right? Because at times when you have these beautiful, grand sort of dreams within your head and within your beautiful Cancer mind, it's like that sliver of doubt comes along and sort of ruins it, right? Or you'll dream of it and really in the back of your mind or deep down, you don't expect it to ever come to be. And so Spirit's saying, well, let's do it in a hopeful way this time around. Let's view things as doable, right? And they're saying when it happens, when everything comes to be as it should, you will be pleasantly surprised, my friend. Pleasantly surprised. And we're making our way to the second half of the month in spread where we have the Wheel of Fortune. They actually want me to look at the card again. Ooh, I'm hearing giving birth to a new set of success as I'm being drawn to the rabbit over here. Allowing for the beginning of the second half of the month to set things into motion for yourself in a beautiful way. Allowing for the wheel to turn purely due to the newfound sense of hope that comes over you. Spirit and the universe will remind you towards the end of the first half as well as the beginning of the second half of the month that you have a lot to look forward to once again. And these reminders will come through in small, beautiful ways through nature, through other individuals around you. And through it all, you regain hope in certain individuals that you didn't expect to. And it feels like not new people for a lot of you, potentially, but people that you know are in your life for a reason and will continue to be there for you. But you just have been so distant and disconnected because of, once again, past experiences. Allowing yourself to move forward in a more confident, upbeat way. Seeing someone kind of hop and like bounce to the beat of a song as they walk down the street, which I do often. And Spirit saying, this is a whole new version of Cancer, or maybe an old version of you that you once parted ways with, that people are going to love as you march to the beat of your own drum in a beautiful way. Allowing yourself to utilize this bounce that comes over you, if you will, to enhance your glow or to bring that glow back to you in general. And that in itself is going to inspire those around you or simply keep that wheel turning in a beautiful way as you see things start to happen for you and fall into place slowly but surely. Being aligned with the Five of Cups. It's the beginning of the second half of the month, rather, as well, where you remind yourself why it's so important to focus on the positives, on what can happen rather than what could possibly fall apart, as well as the positives, rather the benefit of focusing on what succeeded in the past instead of what didn't come to be in a negative light. Allowing yourself to reflect at this point in the month to a positive point to help you improve, to help you grow, to help you remember that things are going to work out for you at the end of the day. And we're moving on to the Hierophant. And I'm being drawn back to the wheel, actually, to the lion. You won't even need a reminder at this point from Spirit and the universe. It'll just come over you and you'll remind yourself of how strong you are, right? And it's because of all that reflecting and all of the change of perspective and you name it, all of which we were speaking upon, that reminds you, well, damn, I'm one strong individual. And if you truly believe that, if you truly grasp that at this point in the month, imagine how those around you are going to feel about you. You'll see. And so the Hierophant to move right along. And so you make your way to the middle of the second half of the month, and that glow is doubled, if not tripled. You can see in this imagery, you just are so vibrant, you know, feeling more color come back into your life, feeling those around you see you in a different light. It inspires you to do what's right for you. It inspires you to continue to believe or enhance that belief in your dreams for what lies ahead. Understanding at this point that you have so much, you have a choice in how things unravel, right? You have a huge effect on the way your future unravels. Of course, there's obviously a level of destiny and destined timing, all of which that plays into it. But you, in your mindset, your view on things, all of which definitely helps or hinders you. And being aligned with the Judgment card, we had spoken upon your spiritual connection being very present in the middle of the first half of the month. And it's in the middle of the second half where, wow, if you thought it was present in that at that point in the month, it's truly heightened as you make your way through this second part of the month. You feeling like those around you may not fully get how you're improving to this extent throughout the month of July, but you're saying almost like just accept it, right? Accept that I'm sort of a newfound version of myself as you continue to discover who you're meant to be in this lifetime and the level of achievements that you're meant to experience. And you're also realizing at this point in the month that to question oneself is almost pointless, right? To reflect and to grow from it, to move in a positive direction because of it all, of course, but to question oneself because of certain bad choices in the past or certain slip-ups, it's not going to help you. And it's at this point where you truly take an amazing turning point towards the achievement of your dreams. And we're moving on to the Eight of Swords to wrap up the spread in the month. And I'm hearing in the reflection continues. You make your way to wrap up the second half of the month and the month in general, and you can't help but look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, why do I feel limited at times? Who or what is leaving me feeling a bit trapped? It's the progression of the month up until this point that leaves you feeling inclined to improve even more so. A person or a place, a person or a situation rather, that you're wrapped up with seeps in and sort of puts a highlight or a spotlight on that little sliver of doubt that still exists within you. And you're shaking your head because you're like, well, damn, I was doing so well up until this point in the month. And Spirit's saying, well, then, yeah, continue that reflecting, right? But do so in a positive way. Allow for yourself to kind of enter that Queen of Swords mindset, but positively. Who and what needs to go moving forward? Or how do I need to tweak things, right? Gaining a new perspective once again in order to finish off the month on a positive note. Knowing that things aren't going to fully improve and move and aren't going to fully improve overnight. And it's just 1 month out of 12 in the year. But you finish off the month again doing an immense amount of reflecting and coming to certain conclusions, filling in a few more blanks as to how to move forward in a productive light. And it's aligned with the Four of Swords. And you can hear I'm like struggling to get it out, the explanation of this card, this part of the month. It's to finish off the month where you might find it hard to sort of express how you feel because so much has occurred throughout the month and you've kind of taken so many huge steps in the right direction, you know, even if there are emotional ones. And so don't be hard on yourself if you can't fully express what you're trying to. But again, being aligned with the Four of Swords, the Spirit's recommending you take a step back and rest once again to finish off the month. Remembering that, yeah, reflecting is good. The achievement of your dreams feels so doable at this point, even if things aren't ideal or perfect for you. But to rest along the way, to give yourself that beauty rest, that time to implement self care, is truly going to benefit you, given that you are extending your efforts instead of depleting your energy and resources along the way. And allowing yourself to remember that as you continue to grow and evolve, you are elevating yourself and making it that much more doable to achieve your individual dreams. All right, Cancer? So if this reading was truly helpful, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have the most amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye.